Good afternoon, students. Today we'll discuss in the first lecture of pharmaceutical organic chemistry syllabus, whole syllabus for this semester and scope of the pharmaceutical organic chemistry part 2. Okay, what is the scope of pharmaceutical organic chemistry part 2? Why this subject has been designed for the syllabus? I think you learn about pharmaceutical organic chemistry first and pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry. Okay, before that you should know the basic difference between pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry and pharmaceutical organic chemistry. Which type of compounds, which type of method, which type of compounds you have studied in the pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry. And I think you have learned about different salts, different inorganic compound. Inorganic compounds means those compounds which are other than carbon containing compounds, means which are those sodium chloride, sodium hydroxide, silver nitrate, silver chloride, uh, different salts, different acid, etc. You already studied in the pharmaceutical inorganic chemistry. Whereas in the pharmaceutical organic chemistry, which compounds you have studied in the second semester, those compounds which are containing compounds. Carbon containing compounds means which are those different acid, different carboxylic acid, different alkanes means which contain the carbon as a main atom. Okay, acetic acid, different formic acid, different compounds which having carbon as a main atom. Okay, another basic difference in that PIC and POC. In the PIC, generally method of detection is done by which method? By using melting point, boiling point, etc. Whereas in carbonyl compound or carbon containing compound, in that you are studied using different functional group test. You are studied detecting different functional group by using different methods, different chemical methods. These are the some basic difference. Okay, then we will learn about the syllabus of our pharmaceutical organic chemistry part 2. Okay, after completing whole syllabus of this subject, you come to know what you should understand: the structure, name and type of isomerism of the organic compound. You understood the different reactions, name of reaction, orientation of reactions. You will understand how the reactivity, whether this compound is stable or unstable, what is the stability of this particular organic compound. Then you will understood the different technique, like what are the crystallization, what is the steam distillation, uh, which is the isolation and purification technique, how they are used, which are the different instrument, which are the different assembly required for that, etc. You will know. Then you also know that how to determine the oil values, means acid value, saponification value, iodine value, what are the standard iodine value for that oil. Then when it deviate or when it out of range, then what will know whether this oil is rancid or something deteriorated. You will understand that things. Also you should understand how to prepare the different organic compound, which are the different methods, which are the different reactions, which are the different mechanism. This should be understood by you. Okay, I think you must be knowing about your continuous assessment mode, then exam pattern, internal exam pattern, then university exam pattern. You should be knowing. Still, we will briefly explain about that. Course code of our subject is BP301T, which is course code. Keep in mind that BP301T. Okay, BP301T. 301T means 3 for our third semester, P for pharmacy, B I think Bachelor of Pharmacy. 30T, T for theory. BP301T for Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry Part 2 Theory. T means theory. In case for practical, it will be BP301P. Okay. Then you see internal assessment, continuous mode. For continuous mode, it will be 10 marks. Then sessional exams, marks 15 marks, total 25, means continuous mode 10 plus sessional exams 15, it will gives 25, and 75 marks for your end semester exams, it will becomes 100. Okay. Then schemes for continuous mode, for attendance 4 marks, then academic activities like average of any 3 activities like quiz, competition, assignments, open book test, field work, group discussion, and seminar. For this it will be 3. Then student teacher interaction, for that 3. It attendance plus academic activity plus student, it becomes 10 marks total. Then question paper pattern for sessional exams. Question first, it will be multiple choice questions for 10 marks. Then second questions, long answer, out of 2 you have to solve one question, for that 10 marks. Then third question, short answer, you have to answer out of 3 to you have to answer 2 out of 3, each for each questions 5, total 30 marks. Okay. Then what is the question paper pattern for end examination? In that question first, it is multiple choice question, for that 20 marks. Then question 2, long answers, in that you have to solve answers 2 out of 3, each answer is question carrying 10 marks, means 10 into 2 is equal to 20. Then short answers, in that you have to solve answer 7 out of 9, for each answer you have to have 5 marks for each answer, it will become 7 into 5, 35, 35, 20, 20, it becomes 75. Okay. Then we will discuss in detail the syllabus of Pharmaceutical Organic Chemistry Part 2. Okay. What are the scope? What is the scope of this subject? This subject deals with the general method of preparation and reactions of some organic compounds. Then reactivity of compounds are also studied here. General method of preparation means how to prepare the different organic compounds. For example, phenol, aromatic amines, benzene, etc. Then what are the different reactions? Means what are the different reaction for benzene? Like nitration, sulfonation, halogenation, likewise. Okay. Then reactivity of organic compound are also studied here. Means whether this compound is reactive or non-reactive. If reactive, on which side, on which number, at which position it will be more reactive, it will be more attacking group, it will be studied in detail here. Okay. Then the syllabus emphasize on mechanism and orientation of reactions. Here we have to understood the different reactions mechanism, different rearrangement, how the mechanism is occur in the reaction. It will be studied in detail here. Then chemistry of fats and oils are also included in the syllabus. We have to study fats and oils, which are the different, like we have gone through like iodine value, saponification value, acid value, how they correlate with their standard value. If standard value deviate, then what will happen? If there is a is there any chances of pre-acidity or deterioration of oils? It will be understood in the detail. Then what are the objective of our syllabus? We are already knowing that after completing whole syllabus we will get to know what are the different structure, name, isomerism of the organic compounds. Also we come to know different reactions, name of reactions. Then orientation of reactions means how to reactivity of this compound will occur. It will be come to know in detail. Then stability of the compound, preparation of different organic compound, how we will prepare the different organic compounds using different methods, different rearrangement, okay, etc. Okay. You see course content. The general method of preparation and reactions of compounds superscripted with asterisk to be explained means whenever star marks is given in there, at that point we should know the method of preparation means how to synthesize that compound and what are the different reactions involving in that compound. This shall be understood by you. Okay. I think star mark is on phenols, aromatic amines, aromatic acids, and lastly in the unit 5 cycloalkanes. Okay. Then what are the other points you should understood? To emphasize on definition, you should understand the definition of that particular compound, different types, which are the different types, then classification, then principle is nothing but the mechanism, how that reaction is going through different phases, different steps. Then applications, examples and differences. Application you must be know. Application means why I mean what are the different uses. Okay. Then unit first is for 10 hours. In that 10 hours you should understand the benzene and its derivatives. Okay. Benzene is very basic organic compound, that aromatic compound you should understand in detail afterwards. But now in that benzene and its derivative, a point, in the a point, analytical, synthetic and other evidences in the derivation of structure of benzene, orbital pictures, resonance in benzene, aromatic character, Huckel's rules. Okay. Analytical, synthetic and other evidences. Evidences means proof. Evidences means proof. Means analytical proof means nothing but we means for example benzene having boiling point 80 degree. Okay. How we will come to know 80 degree? If we are checking through physical parameter means boiling point apparatus. We are using through boiling point, will come to know ki benzene is having 80 degree Celsius boiling point. This is one type of analytical evidences. Likewise means using different analytical instrument, analytical method, like in that case we will using IR, NMR, mass. This spectroscopical method, by using this spectroscopical method we will we will say that ki benzene having 80 degree Celsius boiling point. This is one type of analytical evidence. Likewise synthetic means here we are preparing or extracting from something starting material, from starting material to finished product. Means how to benzene is synthesized or how to benzene is obtained, which are the different synthetic method or naturally from which plant, which is the starting material, base material from which we are obtaining that benzene. This is one type synthetic evidence. And other evidences, how this is developed benzene, what are the different stages to development of benzene, it will be studied in detail. Then orbital pictures of the benzene, resonance in benzene, is benzene is resonating, what are the benzenic structure of benzene, then what are the transition of benzene, then aromatic character means what is the basic requirement if the compound is having aromatic, means just like benzene is cyclic structure, cyclic, but it having alternate double bond. This is the first criteria required for the aromaticity. Then Huckel rule. Huckel rule is for aromaticity. Aromaticity for the benzene. It will be studied in detail at the time of lecture. Okay. Then reactions of benzene means different reactions like nitration, sulfonation, halogenation reactivity, Friedel-Crafts alkylation reactivity, limitations, Friedel-Crafts acylation. Okay, nitrations mean for nitration which are the reagent is used for nitration purpose, for sulfonation purpose which reagent are used, which percentage, which concentration of that reagent is using. For halogenation is same like. Then what is the Friedel-Crafts alkylation, what is the Friedel-Crafts acylation, what are the limitations of that theory, it will be studied in detail. Okay. Then next point is a C, substituent, effect of substituent on reactivity and orientation of monosubstituted benzene compounds toward electrophilic substitution reaction. Substituent means, for example, nitrobenzene. In that, nitro group is the substituent group. Okay. Then nitro group is at position number 1. Then what will happen if this compound is reacted with other reagent? What can affect on that substituent reactivity if that will reacted with another compound? It will be studied in detail at the time of lecture. Okay. then D part is structure and uses of DDT, saccharin, BHC and chloramine. DDT means dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane, structure and uses of that. Then also for saccharin, also for BHC, I think hexachlorocyclohexane chloramine. I think you all must be heard about that BHC powder, that is BHC. Okay, it will be also studied in detail at the time of lecture. And chloramine. Okay, this is the first unit is for 10 hours. Okay, we will explain in detail step by step that you shall understand very well. Okay, if you having any problem, doubts, query, you can ask me freely. Okay. Then what is the unit second? Unit second is for phenols. Okay, on phenol there is a star mark, means here we have to study synthesis or preparation of phenols and reactions of phenols. Okay. Then in the phenols, acidity of phenols, effect of substituent and acidity, qualitative test, structure, uses of phenols, grisols, resorcinol, naphthols, etc. Acidity of phenols, phenol is acidic. Why it is acidic nature? Which group is responsible for this acidic nature? Then what will affect on the substituent attack on the acidity? If there is another group is attacked by phenol, then what will happen in acidic nature? Then qualitative test. What are the qualitative tests? I think you must be knowing about qualitative test and quantitative test. Qualitative test means here we just detect the quality of that compound, and quantity means we have to measure that quantity. Means for example, if we are checking melting point or boiling point of particular compound, then what will get, we will get about their quality, means 80 degrees Celsius is there, then we will say that this is the benzene. Okay, if okay, likewise this is qualitative. But in case for quantitative, in quantitative, for quantitative purpose, which are the instrument we are using for quantitative? I think in pharmaceutical analysis, you have performed a different assays, different assay technique. In that you are calculating percentage purity of that compound. This is the quantitative test. Okay, are you getting difference between qualitative test and quantitative test? This is the basic difference. In case we are measuring the quality, means for example melting point, boiling point, then it will be qualitative. But in case we are measure some quantity, or we calculate some quantity, then it will be quantitative. Means for example assay, percentage purity assay, it is quantitative. This is the basic difference between qualitative and quantitative test. Means for phenol we will perform the different qualitative test. We have to perform that qualitative test at the time of practical also. We'll get to know what are the different qualitative tests. Okay, then structure and uses of phenol. What are the uses and structure of phenol? Then cresol, resostinol, naphthols, etc. It will be studied. Then next point is aromatic amines. Aromatic amines means for example aniline. Aniline means like benzene, and at position 1 there is NH2 amine, means aromatic amine. This is nothing but the aromatic amine. Aromatic amine means this is the some one of the example of that aromatic amine. In that also we have to study basicity of amine, effect of substituent on basicity, and synthesis uses of aryl diazonium salts. Okay, means there is a star mark on that aromatic amines, means here we have to we have to study preparation of amines, means aromatic amines, and different reactions of aromatic amines. Okay, basicity of amines means why is the aromatic amine or any amine is basic in nature. What are responsible for that? Then effect of substitute on basicity. If there is any group is attached on that group, on that structure, what will affect on that basicity? It will be studied in detail afterwards. Okay, then also synthesis uses of aryl diazonium salts. How to synthesize that aryl diazonium salt and what are the different uses of that. Okay, then next one is aromatic acids. Okay, aromatic acids means what are the different aromatic acids? Aromatic, if benzene is there, if there is attached on any acid, aromatic acid, here you will be studied acidity, effect of substitute and acidity, and important reaction of benzoic acid. Benzoic acid means like benzene ring, and at one position there is a carboxylic group COOH. This is benzoic acid. And we will study here acidity, effect of substituent on that aromatic ring, and important reaction of that benzoic acid. Okay, this unit second is for 10 hours. Okay, then unit third is for 10 hours. In that we will study fats and oils. Okay, in that fats and oils, first we will study fatty acids, reactions of fatty acids. Second one, hydrolysis, hydrogenation, saponification and rancidity of oils, drying oils, etc. Okay, third C part is analytical constant, means we have to analyze that oils and we will find out the acid value, saponification value, ester value, iodine value, acetyl value, Richard Missel RM value, significance and principles involved in their determination. Okay, I think acid value, saponification value, ester value, iodine value, you should perform at the time of practical also, and you have to study in the theory what are the theory and principle of that particular values. analytical constant means we have to analyze that particular different values. Okay, then unit 4 for 8 hours. In that you have to study polynuclear hydrocarbon. In that, first point is A point, synthesis and reactions. How to synthesize the different polynuclear hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means carbon, hydrogen. Okay, means in the hydrocarbon there is the atoms involving carbon and hydrogen. Then next B part is structure and medicinal uses of naphthalene. Okay, structure and uses of naphthalene, phenanthrene, anthracene, diphenylmethane, triphenylmethane and their derivative. Structure and uses means you have to you should come to know naphthalene, what is the structure of naphthalene, phenanthrene, anthracene, diphenylmethane, triphenylmethane and their derivative, and what are the different uses. Okay, this will be studied in the later at the time of detailed discussion. Okay, then next is unit 5th is for 7 hours. In that, cycloalkanes. Okay, there is the star mark. Cycloalkanes means you have to we have to study the method of preparation. Cycloalkanes means how to prepare the different cycloalkanes and reactions of that cycloalkanes. Okay, then in the establish which are the different theories we have to study. Weierstrain theory, limitations of Weierstrain theory, Coulson and Moffitt modification, such as Mohr's theory and in bracket theory of strainless string. Okay, then reaction of cyclopropane and cyclobutane only. Okay, this will be studied at the time of detail in lecture. Okay. You should understood. You should read 2 to 3 times syllabus. Okay, because if you know the syllabus, different points of syllabus in detail, means you have completed 10% your study. That's why I'm saying again and again, you should read the syllabus. Okay, one questions for you. Actually, assignment for you for the 2 days lecture, you should write the whole syllabus in your notebook. Whole syllabus from a unit start from 1 to 5. You should write in your notebook whole syllabus and you should send me photocopy of that. This will be your assignment and your attendance. This is compulsory for all. Okay, I think you will be do that activity. Okay.